Greetings and welcome to another episode of Wild Mouse. I am your host, Taylor Bartle, and I am joined today by a horror host, a horror podcaster, a horror fiend, a horror addict, the one and only Gory B Movie.
That's me.
How are you doing?
Peach Keen Jelly Bean.
Right on. Yeah, well, I just recently appeared on your live Scream.
Yeah. It was fun.
We broke the news there that you would be coming on this show to talk about not anything creepy or horror centric. No, we're going to be talking about The Secret Life of Pets,
Because I have layers.
You're like an onion.
Exactly like an onion.
Smell and everything.
Exactly.
So, why? This is at Universal Studios for people who don't know. Which is there one in Florida or is it just in Hollywood?
There's Universal Studios Florida and there's a Universal Studios Hollywood. So they're a little bit different. The one in Hollywood is the only one that has a functional studio that you can tour. So that they don't have at the Florida one. The Florida one has a lot more rides. Like they got the Velocicoaster and all this crazy stuff and a whole bunch of Harry Potter stuff. But you can't tour the actual working studio.
But do they have The Secret Life of Pets?
I don't know. That's a good question. You should find out.
This seems like something I should know, but I believe it's only at Universal Hollywood. But
that makes it extra special.
Don't quote me. So why did you pick this?
I picked it because I think it is what I would consider to be a pretty underrated ride. It's in the DreamWorks area. That's the kid area. That's where it's all Minions all the time. And there are a lot of dark rides at Universal Studios, but this one's a lot different in that it's almost all entirely animatronics. They also do a whole bunch of other things that make it really immersive. And it has a lot of stuff that you're just not going to see at Disneyland that I really appreciate for its inclusivity.
Okay. Yeah, I have never been on this ride. I haven't been to Universal except for Halloween Horror Nights since I was a kid. So that was well before this movie even existed. So yeah, I'm kind of relying on you, but I will say you're not the first person to tell me that this ride is vastly overrated.
Even waiting in line, it's pretty impressive. Universal does a really good job of making sure, I think, that you and your children are not super bored waiting in line. You can see that with the Harry Potter one where you're going through Hogwarts and stuff. I always go to Universal in September, so I don't wait in really long lines because, who wants to do that? But this is really fun. As you're walking through it, you see the kitchen and you see iconic scenes from the movie, like little Dotson with the blender on its back getting a back rub. So they have like these areas where you walk through like a kid's bedroom. So just walking through the line is an experience.
Yeah, I feel like more and more theme parks and rides are getting immersive cues. It's something Disney has been working on a lot. Disney has been doing this thing where they make you think you're getting on the ride, but it's actually just more line. But that's part of like the immersive cue. And I don't know who started it, but it definitely makes the wait less unbearable.
I think the only thing I've seen kind of like that is I don't think it's there anymore, but there used to be the Simpsons ride, which is a dark ride at Universal. And you get to this place where it looks like you're going to board the ride. But from there, they just take you to a room where you wait even longer. It's exactly the same as how it was when it was the Back to the Future ride. So it tricks you a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like Indiana Jones at Disneyland, you get to the part where you go watch like the informational video and you kind of think that that's where you're getting on the ride, but then there's just more line. Or the big one that I always talk about is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I don't know if you've been on that yet at Disneyland.
I don't think I have. It's been a long time since I've been to Disney. I'm a Universal girl all the way.
Okay.
That's my part.
Yeah, it's relatively new, so if you haven't been in a while, you probably haven't been on it. But there's a part where you actually like go into a theater and watch a cartoon, and like the theater blows up and blows a big hole in the wall, and you go through the hole in the wall, and then you're back in line.
It's kind of cool. I mean, I have seen things like that at Universal, but usually if you watch a video, it's right before you board the ride. But there are some places, like a lot of the dark rides, like the Transformers ride, there's going to be like TVs everywhere that show you some of the setup to the story that's on the ride, or even on the Jurassic Park ride, you see these little videos they have, and they get the people from the movie, which is impressive, but they all just kind of look dead inside.
I always like when they get like people who vaguely look like the people in the movies.
Seen that. I've seen them get Bryce Dallas Howard, which she seemed into. Actually, the Jurassic World people seem pretty into it. The one that just looks like they pulled them in on their day off is when you do the tram. You know, there's a tram that tours through Universal Studios, and it's really cool. You know, they're actually filming movies there. They're working. And at the end of the ride, because it has like ride parts on it too, where you can see special effects and stuff. Like they show you a flood and a fire. But at the very end of it, it turns into the Fast and the Furious. And it's ridiculous. The windows on the tram, they kind of turn into movie screens, and it rocks around a lot. So you're like racing with the Fast and the Furious fam. And then at the end of it, they're like, yeah, you did good. You're in the family. You can join us anytime. They just, like, they have nothing left to give.
I mean, it's such a terrible idea as it is. It's like everyone knows the tram. Everyone loves, you know, when Jaws jumps out of the water, or like the King Kong part, which is the King Kong part still there, or did they take that out?
So there was a big fire. And that's a big part of Universal history because it destroyed quite a bit, including one of the oldest studios, which is where they filmed Phantom of the Opera, which is a really sad loss. But there also used to be a part where you would go through and there was a giant animatronic King Kong, and he had like banana breath. It was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that got destroyed. So they completely redid that. And now when you're on the tram, it turns to movie screens on either side. So you can see King Kong fighting. He fights some kind of dinosaur thing, and it rocks the tram and stuff a lot. But the old animatronic isn't there, which again is why I really appreciate Secret Life of Pets, because a lot of that cool animatronic-y goodness of Universal Studios has kind of gone away.
There definitely was a time when all major amusement parks, and minor amusement parks too for that matter, were like, we're going to make everything screens because it's so much easier, it's more concise, we don't have to have like a big giant track, and we can change it out like that, you know? And everyone went, no, we hate that.
I think it's most effective when you mix the screens with the animatronics. That's something they do in Secret Life of Pets. I think most notably, anyone from Universal Studios would think of the Harry Potter ride, which I know you guys just talked about here. But like you've got the animatronic Whomping Willow and spiders, but you also have screens. So mixing it up is pretty nice. The most part that combines the two, the screens and the animatronics on Secret Life of Pets, is when you're in the start of the ride, you're kind of going through town in your Wiener Kingdom truck. It's like a moving box. You're sitting in your Wiener Kingdom ride. It's got a little sausage with a crown on it. You're pretty much, that's high living right there. Like, forget the Fast and the Furious. This is the ride you want to be on as far as looking pimped in your car. Anyway, you're driving through town, and there's like a giant animatronic dog above you, and there's these crazy cats hanging from laundry lines, and everything's moving around, and there's so much to look at because there's stuff on both sides of you and above you, which is like really cool because you're going through pretty slowly, so you have time to take it all in. There's lots of sounds and stuff, but one of the most impressive parts that combines the screens and the animatronics is you get to this firework area. So there are screens and lights that show the fireworks going off. But there's also animatronic characters in front of those, and then they pump smoke through. So it really does look like a little area where they're lighting off these bottle rockets.
Yeah, I mean, screens can be used efficiently, and also like the projection mapping that they do a lot of, like, that's, again, in small doses, it works really well. Again, on the Indiana Jones ride, I think it works really well there. They just, like you said, it's all got to work together. The screens, the animatronics, the projection mapping, it's all got to work together in tandem to make the perfect stew.
A lot like even movies. I think the best instances of using CGI in movies are when they combine it with something physical, especially when you look at some of the early CGI films. Like you look at Yoda in Star Wars and he just looks like a cartoon. But then you look at something that's also early, like Blade 2, where they combined makeup, animatronics with CGI, and that still holds up. Or Jurassic Park is another great example.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to believe that the first Jurassic Park was from, 93?
Yeah, it goes way back, but it holds up.
It really does.
It looks better than some of the sequels.
Yeah. And did you ever see these Disney animatronics that had, like, screens for faces?
I'm not sure I have. What's an example of that?
Like the Buzz Lightyear in Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters, or
it's been so long since I've been to Disneyland. They didn't have Star Wars or Buzz Lightyear, so I think the last time I went was like 2000.
Okay, there was also Anna and Elsa in the Frozen ride had them, but they're terrible. It's literally like an animatronic, but the face is just completely blank, and then they project a face onto it, and it just looks terrible. And it feels like they're starting to get away from it, starting to go back to old school animatronics, which is great. Like Tiana's Bayou Adventure has all regular animatronics. I think they may have swapped out the Anna and Elsa ones. I think the Buzz Lightyear one is still there. But
they don't just have actors to be Anna and Elsa?
Not in the ride.
I guess that makes sense.
Okay, so I'll be completely honest with you. I had never seen the Secret Life. Oh, she's gonna sneeze. She's been holding this back all episode, folks. I had never seen The Secret Life of Pets until today. I watched it this morning in preparation for this.
And it's delightful.
Because I was reading stuff about the ride, and it's talking about, Max and Duke and all this, and I'm like, I don't know who these characters are. I better just watch the movie. Thankfully, it was on Netflix, so... but I haven't seen the second one.
He looks exactly like my dog, Brocky. Like, exactly. And when he's just like, I'm just going to wait by this door until she comes back home. Yeah, that's my whole day. That's my dog.
I mean, my dog doesn't look anything like that, but that's her too. It's like she just lays down in front of the front door. We have a camera, and every once in a while we'll check in on her. Nope, laying down in front of the front door, just waiting patiently. Max is voiced by Louis C.K. in the first one.
Not in the second one.
Not in the second one, for some reason.
No, they got rid of him. Wonder why. I think he might have had a little too much fun in the Wiener Kingdom box.
Hey-o. Yeah, replaced by the much superior Patton Oswalt in the second one.
Yes, I love Patton Oswalt. Ever since he was on United States of Terror, he's lovely. I love him.
I mean, he's hilarious, and everything I've seen about him makes it seem like he's a genuinely good person, so...
He's very charming.
Yeah, I'd love to meet him. I'd love to have him on the show.
He was recently in Washington, but I didn't get a chance to see him, but I know he came through my town, so he's been in our neck of the woods.
Oh, he came way out there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Other characters in the movie are Duke, voiced by Eric Stonestreet from Modern Family. Snowball, voiced by Kevin Hart, who is a little bunny. Gidget, voiced by Jenny Slate, who I love Jenny Slate. She's hilarious too.
Yeah, she's great.
Oh, Katie was voiced by Ellie Kemper. I didn't realize that.
From The Office. And the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I love that show.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. Albert Brooks as Tiberius the Falcon. Lake Bell plays Chloe. Dana Carvey plays Pops. And just before we started recording, you were saying Harrison Ford plays somebody
He's a character
in the second one.
In the second one, this like old dog on the farm.
Okay, but it's not Pops.
No.
Okay, is Pops in the second one?
I don't remember. Secret Life of Pets 2 is a blur to me. Maybe I should have rewatched that. I remember the first one pretty well because I've seen it a few times, but the second one, it's not quite as rewatchable, and it's not part of the ride, so you just need to watch the first one.
If it's not part of the ride, then who cares?
Exactly, who cares? The ride is kind of its own story.
Yes, and we'll get into that in a minute. Are there voice actors in the ride?
Yes.
Is it the actual actors?
It sounds to me like it is, but you'd have to double check that. So sometimes they do sometimes movies are able to find sound alike voice actors. For example, in Leprechaun Returns, they get someone who sounds like Jennifer Aniston. I know for all the Buffy the Vampire Slayer games, there's a girl who sounds just like Sarah Michelle Gellar. So to me, I couldn't tell the difference. Maybe they did get them. It's Universal Studios, and I think a lot of times they put in the actors' contracts, for DreamWorks and Universal, that they have to do something related to the ride. I know I've read something like that from Warwick Davis's biography because he's done some stuff for the rides. So I'm assuming that they are the actual voice actors from the movie.
I mean, it could be AI these days. Who knows?
It really could be. You're right.
It's AI is a terrifying thing.
Truth.
So, Secret Life of Pets, construction started in July of 2018 in the upper lot, replacing the Globe Theater. At the time, nobody knew what the ride was going to be, but on April 10th, 2019, Universal Studios officially confirmed the ride's existence and title, which again is The Secret Life of Pets, Off the Leash. Which, I don't know, the subtitle seems unnecessary to me. What do you think?
Agree. I mean, I think they're probably trying to let you know that it's unrelated to the story in the movie. But anybody who's familiar with Universal Studios knows that the rides are usually their separate individual story. It's the same thing with Despicable Me or Transformers. They're not duplicating any stories from the films you've seen. So I don't think it's necessary. I agree with you.
How do you feel about name the ride? There's is it called The Mummy the Ride, or is it just called The Mummy Ride?
I feel like the ride is part of it, and I feel like there's something else too.
Transformers.
I feel like I should have boned up on my Universal knowledge before I did this.
I feel like there's Transformers the ride.
You want me to Google it?
I know there was Back to the Future the ride.
Yes,
that was the official title.
And it's Simpsons the ride. You know what would be really
great?
No,
it's actually The Simpsons ride, not to.
There you go.
Yes, actually, but.
What would be wonderful, I don't know what studio owns it, but would be Spaceballs the ride.
That would be perfect. That would fit.
It fits perfectly. So I would
they're coming out with the second one, so maybe.
Yeah. I would dig that.
Who does own it? Do you realize Mel Brooks is going to be 100 when that movie comes out?
Oh my gosh, that's insane. I hope he lives to be 200. I love him.
Yeah. Studio. Not MPAA.
Live long enough to make me another Young Frankenstein movie.
Well, they're making a series. Did you hear about this?
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's called Younger Frankenstein.
What? Genius. How come we didn't think of that sooner?
The only person that I know of that's in it is Kumail Nanjiani.
I'm down. I'll watch it.
Okay, so Spaceballs is owned by MGM, which I think is owned by Disney.
Gosh, it's so hard to tell because a lot of the, like you said, a lot of these studios are owned by other studios. So I'm not sure. I know MGM is weird about their stuff. It's,
I mean, it definitely was owned by Disney at one time. I don't know if it still is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would make sense because isn't it kind of in league with Star Wars? And they've used some stuff from Alien. I don't know. But with parodies, it's really hard to say because that's a different rights thing altogether. Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like the Disney deal expired in 2020.
MGM is a really weird studio. One thing about them is you'll never find any of their movies like Killer Clowns from Outer Space or anything on any horror host shows because they have a rule in their contract that you cannot interrupt the movie for anything.
Really?
Yep.
Wait, not even commercials?
I don't know. Come to think of it, I don't remember ever seeing Killer Clowns on TV, so I'm not sure about commercials, but I know that Joe Bob has said he couldn't have it on The Last Drive-In on Shudder or even back on Monster Vision back in the day.
Interesting. It would be really funny if Disney still owned MGM and they had a Star Wars land and then just Spaceballs.
Actually, you know what? I bet Universal has some kind of rights to it because Universal has done Killer Clowns, and they've done a lot of Killer Clowns stuff, and that's MGM.
So, I mean, it may be like how Universal has exclusive theme park rights to Marvel, but Marvel is owned by Disney, and that's why there's a Hulk ride at Universal, and why they never use the word Marvel in Disney parks. It's
Yeah, it's
Avengers
so
Campus.
confusing.
Yeah.
I never understand what is owned by what, but yeah, it's weird. It's kind of like when parents get divorced. You get this and you get that.
Yeah, I mean, Simpsons that you brought up too. Simpsons is Fox, which is
Yeah.
owned by Disney, and yet there's a ride at Universal.
Well, there was. They just got rid of that. So I think, from what I understand, it's going to be a Pokemon area now.
Which Pokemon is its own entity, right? I don't think Pokemon is owned by anybody else. I think it's just like Pokemon Inc. or whatever.
I know that they're trying to expand on kind of the video game area. So the lower lot, they have Nintendo Land, which again is also its own thing. And they want to have a Pokemon Go area, but I don't think they've even really started it yet. And then they're also adding the Fast and the Furious roller coaster.
Yes, Hollywood Drift.
Yeah.
Which looks cool.
It looks cool. I think I'll be too scared to go on it.
I love the drifting around the corners, but it's like the corkscrews and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's where you lose me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how it rides, like going upside down and you're drifting and everything. Like there's the potential there to just get knocked around a lot. So I've read some roller coaster enthusiast thoughts on it, and a few people are concerned about that. So I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that it goes from the upper to the lower lot. Like that's pretty rad.
Yeah. And then there's rumors that The Simpsons may end up in Disneyland, which would be wild. Yeah. That just blows my mind.
A bummer. I haven't been to Universal for a few years, so I've heard they're taking down Springfield, which is one of the cool parts of Universal. Is you walk through Springfield and you can see a lot of the characters out. I mean, there's costumed characters, but then there's also characters that move around and stuff, and the plant, the horn goes off every so often. It's just really, really fun. So I think it would be really sad to go back there and not have that there anymore.
Yeah, I think it's because their contract with Fox expired.
Yeah.
And so now the Simpsons are back under the umbrella of Disney. So if Disney wants to put them in the parks, there's nothing to stop them.
That's one of the things I like. It's just like how at Disney you have separate lands. There are kind of separate lands in Universal, but they're usually, instead of being like, the Mountain Land or Old West Land or whatever, Spaceland, it's by a movie. So like there's the Harry Potter area where it looks like just like you're in a Harry Potter movie. There's the Minionsy area, which is where you find Secret Life of Pets. But even that is made to look like a house. And then you have Springfield, which is just one of the best parts. You've got the beer garden with like characters from Simpsons and such. So yeah, it's a sad loss.
Yeah, I'd be curious what Disney might do with it. Because I mean, I'm trying to plan a Disney ride episode with someone who I'll tell you off mic, but we talked about how Simpsons ride is just a big screen, and it's like I feel like Disney would want to do something bigger, but also Disney has no more space.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Simpsons ride is really not that thrilling. I mean, it's no more exciting than watching a roller coaster ride on your computer, because that's basically right. What it is. It's just a dark ride roller coaster. It moves around a little bit, but it's really just Springfield that's impressive. So there's so many things. You see all the characters, and they even have that at night. So if you go there for Halloween Horror Nights, you still get to walk through Springfield and see all the different characters, and it's just neat. Like Sideshow Bob and just all kinds of stuff.
Do they have like Bart in his devil costume or like Bartman or anything like that?
If you go into the restaurant, they play Do the Bartman like over and over again. And the Krusty Burgers are really good. And the Krusty Burger restaurant is so cool, too. They got all these pictures of celebrities on the wall, all Simpson-fied.
And they got Duff Beer.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. And then you can go to the beer garden. They got, like, the little Duff Beer guys, and it's awesome. And then they got, like, they had, like, a taco stand area, and they had a little donut shop area. It's like you're in Springfield. So if you're a Simpsons fan, that was pretty cool.
All right, well, there you go, Disney. The bar is set, and it's high.
I don't know how they're going to do that with Pokemon, but I'm not that familiar with Pokemon. Maybe we'll be surprised.
I could not really care less about Pokemon, if I'm being honest.
Pokemon was a little after my time, so yeah. But if it's a good ride, if it's a good experience, then that's cool. I wasn't like the biggest super Secret Life of Pets person, but the ride is super rad. So
That's how I feel about the Avatar ride they're putting in too. It's like I don't give a shit about Avatar, but the ride sounds like it might be awesome. So, all right. So, Secret Life of Pets. It's definitely one of those things that if you've seen the movie, it has more. Like you're going to get all kinds of little nods and homages and stuff, but you don't have to have seen the movie. Would you agree with that?
100% agree with that. I think just
Okay.
if you like dogs and cats and bunnies, you'll be
Sure.
entertained. Yeah. They're really cute. And it's not just even like they have actual fur and such. So, I mean, this is one of those movies that's digital animation. So it's really cool to see them in front of you with fur and blinking eyes and like real characters. And they repeat a lot of the characters a lot. So it's like you're driving through and then you'll see Max and Duke show up to talk to you some more as you go through. But you just see a lot of stuff that's really interesting. Like that makes it feel like a real town. Like there's a Dalmatian that's hooked up to its leash at a little diner table, and just a lot of neat stuff.
Yeah, it was supposed to open on March 27th, 2020, but there was a little thing that happened in 2020. Most of you are probably going to remember it. It was called the COVID-19 pandemic. And then it kind of put a halt on a lot of things, like everything.
Yeah, so I can imagine theme parks really took a hit.
Yeah, Tony and I actually went to California. We went to Universal and Disney in 2019. So like just before everything shut down.
That would have been like a ghost town.
No, it was still, Universal. It was Halloween Horror Nights, so the lines were all stupid
September,
long.
And even then, I don't have any lines. So just walk up. I mean, there are some places Nintendo Land's pretty popular no matter what, but I have found going in September, hitting Hollywood Horror Nights, and going during a weekday, there's like no lines there.
Yeah, weekday is definitely the move.
And you know who hangs out near Secret Life of Pets? Scooby freaking Dooby-Doo. He does. And Velma and the whole gang. And I met them. And guys, like, don't believe the E-True Hollywood Stories stuff. They are so nice. So sweet.
I got nothing to add to that. I don't know.
Scooby gave me a hug. It's truly the best moment. And then I got to go get turned into a dog myself. So that day was a win.
Sounds like it, yeah. This officially opened on April 16th, 2021, which was coinciding with Universal reopening from the COVID-19 pandemic. So, the ride itself. The exterior is just straight up Katie's apartment from the movie. It's
bright colors and stuff, too. It feels like you're in a cartoon.
Yeah, I don't know what the adjoining buildings are, but it fits in really well with the whole aesthetic. It's all, brick and looks very, like you said, it's very bright. The bricks are like not brick red. They are like fire engine red. You've got a big blue and green sign that says Secret Life of Pets off the leash. It is a very cool looking exterior.
Yeah, it's really nice. There's, like I said, there's different areas in Universal, and this is kind of, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it looks like an old fashioned town. It's also where you're going to find like Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. They walk around there. It looks like just a nice, quaint little cute town.
The area is technically called Minion Land.
Well, there you have it. It's really close to so this area, this particular street, it does look like it's got a whole bunch of houses and stuff, and most of them you can't go into. It is pretty close to the Minion house though. And across from the Minion place is where there's the theme park that's in the Despicable Me movies, and then there's more of the kids stuff. But this little area, it looks a little more like posh, I guess. It's a little less of the little kid stuff. Because it goes closer to, it adjoins this area that's like the old school Universal Land. And that's close to like this little French area. So it's like fancy looking. for lack of a better word.
I've been trying to figure out what the employees' uniforms are supposed to be.
Oh, they work. So the whole story of Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash is you are going to get turned into a dog and you're going to get adopted. And so they work at the adoption facility.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed there was like a paw print logo on the back of their vest, but I couldn't figure out
if they got to make sure that you don't want to be walking around with stuff stuck in your fur or smelling like baloney. No one's going to adopt you.
Sure. Yeah. So you enter the building and there's a sign that says Adoption Day with a picture of an adorable little puppy.
Looks like my dog.
Express line is to the left, but we're going to go through the main queue to the right.
Fun. It's like we're reliving it right now. Technology, man.
Yeah. I do like that. Like the whole queue is basically like the apartment. Like you go through.
Got this like old school bellhoppy 40s era vibe to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's the elevator is out of order, and it's one of like the old school elevators with the metal grate door that comes in and out. There's
makes me think of American Horror Story.
Sure, yeah. There's mailboxes right here to the left, and there's a well, I guess it's not a velvet rope, but a posh rope leading us through the entrance. There's a animatronic in the elevator. What is that?
Yeah, they're everywhere. Seriously, every time you go through, you're going to see something else. That's a cat.
Okay, he's just hanging out on top of the out of order elevator.
He's just taking a bath, man. There's so much detail.
Yeah, you go through a lobby. There's all kinds of Polaroids of people with their pets. There's some cartoony chairs. That's one thing, like Toontown and like this, the way that they make real 3D things look cartoonish is so cool.
It's neat. It's like, again, like Toontown, it makes you feel like you're just walking into a cartoon.
Yeah, I love it. Then we go through there's a hallway with all the apartment doors. And apparently if you lift the mail slots, you can look in and you can see inside people's apartments.
There's like screens in there, but it's kind of fun. You can catch the animals getting up to no good.
Okay. Oh, there's that.
Yeah. So the poodle Leonard is like a heavy metal enthusiast.
Oh, I love
it. My boy would be an angel. He'd just be sitting there by the door.
The guy turns on like the classical music, and as soon as he walks out the door, it's just like
yeah. It's like a thrash party. It's amazing.
All these animals like come out of nowhere and start headbanging.
Yeah. Hey, animals like to rock out too. My dog was named after Dave Brocky from Gwar. So
Dave Barkey?
Dave Brocky. A little slip of the tongue there. This ride is obsessed with hot dogs, man.
Yeah, there's a dog bed here that is in the shape of a hot dog and says hot dog. And there's what is his name? What is the wiener dog's name?
I don't remember.
He's voiced by Hannibal Buress. Buddy.
There you go. See, that's not a super memorable name.
No, it's really not. It's like cliche dog name.
Yeah.
But he's getting a massage from the mixer like he does in the movie.
It's so cool that it looks so real.
Yeah, and like this just looks like it doesn't even look like a queue for a ride. This looks like a museum or something you would just walk through and look at. This
would be an attraction all on its own, just to be able to walk through this. So the fact that this is the line to the ride is pretty impressive.
Yeah. There's a cat up in a grate over there.
That's a guinea pig.
Oh, that's the guinea pig. Okay.
That's how he gets around.
That's right. Yeah. I remember him. What was his name?
Remember G-Force, the secret agent guinea pig movie? That needs a ride.
Does it?
I think so. I mean, honestly, I just want a ride where I can run around in those big clear ball things. You could do a Jurassic World one. I just want to experience that for myself.
That would be pretty fun, actually. So you go upstairs. You keep going through different apartments. Let's see. Is there anything interesting here? There's a kid's room. I don't know. Nothing interesting about this. There's the actual ride. You see Max and Duke in their apartment, sitting on the... Duke reminds me of Sweetums from the Muppets.
Yeah, I can see that. Duke is adorable.
He's giant and has really long hair all over the place.
Like about Secret Life of Pets too. So you have Max, who he is a mama's boy and he's a little dog and he's very set in his ways and his routine. And then she rescues this giant like sheepdog that is drooling everywhere and just gets fur everywhere. They're very, very different, but he's just big and lovable. And I mean, I think that's kind of the core of Secret Life of Pets, is accepting people or animals that are different than you and kind of making your own little found family.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. We see an animatronic of Snowball the bunny, voiced by Kevin Hart. Not really sure what he's saying, but
yeah, it sounds just like Kevin Hart when you listen to it.
Does it?
Yep.
Okay, so then you get into your cardboard box.
Your Wiener Kingdom box. I mean, they're not all Wiener Kingdom.
I was going to say some are Wiener Kingdom. Some are subpar refrigeration.
Outside the ride, you know, when you get into the test cart to see if you can fit in it, that one's a Wiener Kingdom one.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
These are not small boxes. Are there people who can't fit in these?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I have a picture of my husband and one of our friends in them, and they're not super spacious.
Really? They look like they are. I think that's
why. I don't know. I don't think they're that spacious.
Okay.
I think if you comfortably can sit on an airplane, you're okay. If you're somebody who struggles with that and would have to buy 2 seats, then this one would probably be a hard one for you to go on.
Okay. So this is where you get turned into a puppy.
It's so random. You could be any kind of dog. The first time I went on it, I got turned into a Bichon Frise, which is the same dog my mother had at the time, and I was overjoyed. And honestly, I wanted to go on the ride again just to see what dog I would get this time. I can imagine that's something that small children would request, to go on it again and again and again, because you're a different dog every time. And the dog in the screen completely mirrors your movements. So if you move your head, it moves its head. If you put your hand up, it puts its paw up. It's really fun.
Yeah, apparently there's 15 different stray puppies, 5 breeds, and 3 colors. So there's 15 different mashups. As far as what do we say when we say you become a puppy? You go past a window for a famous pizzeria, and you look in the reflection of the window, and your reflection reflects back as a dog. And like Gory said, it mirrors your movements. So it's, it really looks like you're looking at a reflection of a dog.
The cutest I've ever been in my life. Both times that I've been on it.
And then this ride just like immediately hits you with overload. Like there's so much stuff to look at. You're in the streets of New York City. There's like Buddy is hanging out a window. Max is standing in like a construction yard with what is the little poodle's name? The little Chow Chow.
That's the rabbit. Gidget.
Gidget, yeah. Gidget, who is in love with Max.
I know, but he's in love with his mama.
Yep. Duke and Chloe are standing up on a beam.
And all that stuff moves, so there's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which I think makes it fun for multiple times going through, because you're not going to catch everything with just one ride through. I do think for some kids it can be maybe a little overwhelming, but I personally didn't feel like it was too much.
Yeah, there's kind of a fine line between like directing people specifically at what you want them to see and just throwing everything out there at once.
I think what makes it work is it's not overdoing it with the sounds. So there are different places that talk. So at the start of the ride, there's a construction site, and that makes construction noises. And really, that's all you hear at that part. I mean, you can hear that there's stuff up ahead, and you can see things moving, but it's not on both sides of you, really. So you can really take in the construction site, or you can look ahead and you can see the skyline and the city, and then there's something floating up there. But I think they balanced it in such a way that it's just not swarming you with all of these sights and sounds.
That's that makes sense. Yeah, because you've got Pops driving a crane or construction vehicle of some kind, and yeah, this floating thing. I don't know who that is. There's some animatronic creature
It's
holding onto a drone.
Snowball.
Oh, he's wearing a mask. I see.
Yeah.
Is this from the
He's
sequel? Because I don't know why he doesn't wear a mask in the first one.
He has a whole undercover life, dude. I don't really think it's my place to be telling you too much about that.
It looks like he's wearing a Batman mask, but it's a bunny.
Yeah.
Like a bat bunny.
I'm pretty sure he did that in the first one because he's underground. Remember? He has this whole like team.
I remember the whole team, but it was like a gang. It wasn't like a superhero thing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a Wiener Kingdom cart.
So that's Mel and my brother, who's in his 30s, he's obsessed with pugs. And he had such a great time on this ride. And he was laughing every time he saw any of the pets do anything, but especially the pug. And afterwards, just like a lot of rides, it lets out into a gift shop. And in the gift shop, you can buy stuffed versions of all the animals or stuff for your own pets. And he got himself a Mel. He adopted his own Mel right there.
That's kind of adorable.
It's super adorable. He still has it in his room.
There's a whole scene in the movie where they go through the Wiener Kingdom wienery and sausage factory. Which, like, that could have been a ride.
Yeah, bring that more Secret Life of Pets rides. I'm all for it.
Sure. Hey, kids, you want to go ride Wiener Kingdom?
Oh my gosh. Or if they had like a Wiener Kingdom's hot dog eating contest or gosh, so many things.
Or they could just have Wiener Kingdom hot dogs.
Why not? Yeah.
Sell
they should
them.
do that. So there's
Put a
the Dalmatian.
cart just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like tied to a fire hydrant and then wrapped around a pole in front of an ice cream store.
So there's places like that where that dog isn't making any noise, but it's something that you can look at. Maybe you didn't notice it the first time you went through. So they balance which parts really draw your attention and make noise or have flashing lights with the things that are just kind of part of the ambiance.
Okay. Well, right next to this ice cream shop is Downward Dog Yoga, which doesn't look like there's anything interesting going on. This video does a good job of like moving around and showing you everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of
there's
stuff
a dog doing
happening
yoga right on the sidewalk.
The windows. Like screens are in the windows showing what the people or animals are doing.
Yeah, there was like a screen that you could see silhouettes of people doing yoga, and then there was a dog out on the sidewalk doing the same poses.
This is a ride where it's so tempting to want to just get out of the box and just go walk around.
What is this?
So that is a cat. These are a bad cat gang, like from the movie. They're mean.
This is
they have
terrifying.
A whole gang. It's terrible. This is a scary part right here.
There's like a scary cat in like a strobe light.
Yeah, I think, I could be wrong, but it's probably the cat from the movie Uninvited that pukes up a smaller mutant cat, but what do I know?
And then there's that weird, creepy, hairless cat.
Oh, yeah, those are all creepy, like Mr. Bigglesworth.
Voiced by Steve Coogan.
Nice.
And then just like silhouettes of other cats running around in the dumpster.
Yeah, you could hear them all around you. So they do a really good job with the sound design because you can just hear cats everywhere. And you can hear their little feet pitter-pattering. And then there's all the animatronics, and it's a darker area here. So, yeah, it's really cool.
What about the piano? There's a cat running across a piano. Can you hear that? That's good.
This part here is from the laundry. It's so cool.
Yeah, this is straight out of the movie where they're hanging from the clotheslines.
It's the closest you're going to get to Cat's West Side Story.
Yep. Why is Max being dunked into a barrel?
Because he got captured by the cat gang.
Okay.
They're mean cats, dude. They're antagonists.
Kind of feels like a Pirates of the Caribbean ripoff, but whatever.
Oh, well, see, I'm a Universal girl, so I would go to there and be like, see, you're ripping off Secret Life of Pets, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean has been around for 70 years.
Yeah, but they've updated it and stuff. I think they're probably scoping out Secret Life of Pets and be like, oh, we should add that in there. But
that's probably it.
That tracks to me.
And then you go into a fireworks factory. And if you've been on any ride ever, you know what bad things happen in a fireworks factory.
Yeah, these are like bottle rockets. They're insane.
They're enormous bottle rockets, too. And of course, there's
when you see
Snowball.
He's up to no good. That's a bad bunny. Hey, isn't that a rapper? I think I made a reference for young people.
Yeah, he's doing the Super Bowl halftime show.
Dude, I'm so cool.
much to the chagrin of the right wing.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw
Wouldn't it be cooler if it was Kevin Hart as Snowball?
That would be the most random Super Bowl halftime show ever.
Mark out for that. I'd get tickets.
If Bad Bunny just brought out an animatronic Snowball voiced by Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I'm down for it. He could do the backup rapping.
I thought I saw somewhere that Snowball was trying to get to... Oh, here it is. Snowball has the idea to get to the adoption fair faster by traveling via rocket.
Yes.
And that's what this whole fireworks factory part is.
And Snowball has that whole tragic backstory.
Well, yeah, Ricky, his boy that died, the goose. And then there's a cool screen effect with the fireworks factory exploding.
Yeah, so there's actual smoke and stuff too. And then the lights are all moving around, and then you got the animatronics. So it's really neat. And the sound effects are so good that it just feels like you're hearing them buzz all around you.
Not to be too the Disney guy, but this feels very Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin.
Does it though? No, you're probably right. I've gone on the Roger Rabbit ride back in 2000, but I feel like Secret Life of Pets was like, hold my beer. And then they did fireworks, which Roger Rabbit didn't do. And, I'm saying that as someone whose favorite movie of all time is Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but Secret Life of Pets is pretty rad.
I'm pretty sure the Roger Rabbit ride does have fireworks.
What?
Not to this extent. It doesn't have screens with fire and smoke and explosions.
But did you get turned into a dog on that?
You definitely do not get turned into a dog.
Did not get turned into a dog. I rest my case.
This is some serious fire and smoke and pyros, and this is legit.
This is really cool, and you can smell the smoke and everything too. And I think a lot of times with a lot of the theme parks, they see something that's popular at one of the parks, and they're like, well, how can we have something like that people would enjoy at our park? So I think if you are a big fan of Toontown and the Roger Rabbit ride, this is something that would be right up your alley. This is the equivalent at Universal.
Yeah, I would agree just from, watching a video. Like I said, I've never been on it, but it definitely feels like it's not as, Roger Rabbit obviously spins the whole time. So it's a little more kind of extreme isn't the right word, but it's the first one that comes to mind.
It is more dangerous though. I watch a lot of those disaster-thon ride things, and there have been accidents on the Roger Rabbit ride due to the spinning of the ride. So it's a lot safer because this ride doesn't spin. You're just enjoying sitting in your little Wiener Kingdom box and watching this show around you. So it's I feel a lot more safe, especially if you're worried about that kind of stuff.
Even though there's fireworks and flames and smoke going off all around you?
You just gotta stay in your box, dude. You stay in your box, you're gonna be fine. Keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times. But there's nothing spinning around, and there's nothing to really distract you either from looking at all this cool stuff, because you're perfectly safe. You don't need to steer anything. You don't need to move anything. You can just take in all the cool stuff around you. It's also a lot brighter than I remember the Roger Rabbit ride being. I remember that one was really dark. And then I don't think there was quite as much stuff around. But like I said, it's been a long time since I've been on that ride.
Yeah, parts of it are pretty dark. And I will say, after the first initial setting, this ride has kind of stopped doing as much going on around you. It's a little more focused now, I feel like.
And didn't they revamp Toontown? Now Jessica Rabbit has to be a detective and stuff?
Yeah, they made her into a detective. And they, she's not a damsel in distress. So the part where she's in the trunk of the car, they took her out, put her in a trench coat and a Dick Tracy hat, and put a barrel of dip in the trunk instead.
She wasn't a damsel in distress. She was a femme fatale. And she can't help that. She's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
I like the movie.
Stop being so judgy, Disney.
Well, Disney's gone woke.
Actually, argue no. I feel like Disney could handle to be more woke, and that's something that I wouldn't even say is an insult. I think being aware that there are different kinds of people in the world is a good thing. And Disney, they may code Elsa as being gay, but they don't ever just come out and show representation like that in their movies, at least not that I've seen. Whereas Secret Life of Pets, when you get adopted at the end, which we're going to get to that in a little bit, but there's same-sex couples, there's multiracial couples. That's something I don't think you would ever see on a Disney ride.
Well, and Disney has kowtowed a couple times too. Like there was supposed to be a gay kiss in Lightyear, and they cut it. So it's like, if you're going to do it, then fucking do it.
Yeah, I think they're just way too afraid of getting any kind of backlash. And you're going to get that backlash. But I think to the people who need that representation, which everybody does, everybody deserves to see their family and themselves represented in the entertainment that they're consuming. I think it's worth it to get that little bit of backlash from people. And I also think it's good for people to be exposed to different kinds of people in their entertainment. And it's going to help push more change. More
I
acceptance.
agree. And I'm of the thought that if, the people that create the backlash are not people worth having as fans, but
exactly.
It's all very reminiscent of Michael Jordan in the 80s and 90s saying Republicans buy sneakers too. It's just a cop-out. Anyway, off our soapbox here.
I want to get back on the wiener box.
Back off the soapbox, back into the wiener box.
In the wiener box. And that's, I guess, the other thing, too, is, it does, for a lot of people, that's going to sound very, very political and stuff. But I like that this is just a fun kids ride that has that kind of inclusion in it. So, not everything has to be like a big political statement. Just include different kinds of people. That's all I think anybody really wants.
It shouldn't be that hard, but
yeah,
people make it hard. Okay, back to the ride. We do see Snowball has arrived on his rocket as we head into the Pets store.
Snowball, he's crazy, man. Look how cute that is. Like how his eyes move to look at you.
Yeah, and his ears curl up.
Just the little touches like that make it feel real. Like, you could touch him and he would be soft and he's going to move. And it just brings these characters to life. And when you think about how important these characters are to children, to have that character in the room with you, moving and interacting with you is really special.
And I want to talk about this chandelier because it appears to be made out of bones and dog treats.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool details here.
I also like this poster for Extreme Grooming that has a pug dressed as Elvis.
Yeah, a sexy pug.
Unforgettable new looks.
Oh, I love me a good animal pun. I love me any pun.
And he's got the full-on pompadour haircut too.
More dogs could pull that off if someone just took the time to groom them.
You might be right.
There are whole restaurants where they just serve dogs and they make them little doggy dinners and stuff. I don't think I'm ever going to make enough money for my dogs to do anything like that. But, it's pretty cool that you're in this place that's really just a pet's world.
I love that. I was about to say, why are we going through a car wash? But then I realized it's like a pet washing station.
Oh, yeah. Duke's way big.
Oh, yeah. Duke's getting into it.
This is kind of reminds me of the Greasy Strangler. I can keep ruining your wholesome Secret Life of Pets tour here with the horror movie references, but that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, don't be a bullshit artist.
Shit, tiger shit, penguin shit,
Rudy,
penguin shit.
Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie.
If they had Duke say that in the car wash, I would be dead. That would be everything.
What the hell is this?
Well, now you're going to get dried off.
Oh, it's a big industrial dryer. Okay, I see. Oh, and then Chloe's
getting groomed is really hard. That's why not every dog looks like Elvis, because not all dogs can afford to go to such a exquisite spa.
But all dogs go to heaven.
Well, they used to. I think they changed some stuff.
Wait,
he goes to a bad place at the end of that movie. It gets super scary.
Did the dog change? Oh, he's getting floofy. I see. He's getting
floofed. Yes.
That is adorable.
Yes. So this is like an Alsatian dog. Getting all floofed up. And then you got that's your family and they're checking you out. They got the kids with them. And look how they're just cooing over how cute you are. I'm sad that this guy or girl wasn't on the ride with anybody else. But then all the pets throw you a big welcome home party.
Oh, that is precious.
This part's crazy. There's stuff going on everywhere. There's confetti. Max is partying out. You got Leonard headbanging.
Is there music playing?
Oh, yeah. There's music, and everyone's congratulating you and saying, yay, they're so happy you got adopted.
Is it just like generic music, or is it like Celebrate by Earth, Wind, and Fire?
I have to play it. I don't remember.
I like Mel dressed as the Minion over here.
I almost feel like it is Celebration. I don't know.
I mean, that seems like it would fit. So
yeah. Don't quote me on it, but I think it is.
Yeah, I like how Mel is the only one wearing a costume.
Yeah, my brother was so in love with Mel. Every time he saw Mel, he'd freak out like, "Oh, there's Mel!"
And then there's
like above you. Pig. There's just so much neat stuff.
It was the guinea pig.
Yeah, that's how he travels to visit his friends, and he's able to give messages because he can travel through the vents. It's really creative how they did the whole movie, and then how they incorporated the movie into the ride.
Yeah, like it's not exactly like the movie. It's not anything from the movie, like we talked about. You could have the wienery be a ride, but it's a kind of extension of the movie.
A little bonus story to the movie. So now it's almost like you get to step inside that world. You're turned into a dog. You just get to hang out with all these cool characters, and you get adopted too. So you kind of leave being like, you know what? That family with the cute kids, they chose me. There was a lot of people in Wiener Kingdom boxes, but they chose me. And I got floofed up for them.
Because I was adorable.
I mean, honestly, I felt like I looked cuter that day getting all floofed up and bathed and everything than I did on my own wedding day. Like, I have never felt so cute.
I mean, I wasn't there on your wedding day, but I bet you were, yeah.
Well, I mean, they didn't put me through a whole machine thing, so it was a little less fancy. It was just like your normal, someone curls your hair and stuff, And I'm sure a lot of dogs have had that experience at a groomer, but this is it's next level is what it is. This is almost like one of those, it looks almost like a groomer that Pee Wee Herman would have designed. There's just a lot of moving parts in it.
Yeah, like almost like Rube Goldberg machines or something.
Yes, there's a lot of creative stuff in here. I bet the pets designed this place themselves. I bet it is for pets by pets, is what I think it is. And they just hire the humans to help them with opposable thumb stuff.
That all makes total sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So this ride features over 60 animated figures. You have to be 34 inches to ride. And if you are under 48 inches, you have to have a chaperone. And of course, when you exit into the Pets store.
Yes.
And just tons of little stuffy animals that you can buy. And there's also like actual pet accessories, it looks like.
Yeah, there's collars, there's jackets, there's all kinds of things to get for your pet. It's honestly a pretty cute little pet store, but there's stuff for kids too. There's, like you said, the stuffies and t-shirts and that kind of thing as well.
So the adopt a pup, that's not, it's just a stuffed animal, right? Like there's not a, like, you actually adopt a homeless dog and they send you pictures or anything like that.
The adopt a pup thing is, I think, just the ride where you get adopted.
Well, there's a picture that I'm looking at in the gift shop that says adopt a pup, and it's just like a display of stuffed animals.
Yeah, I think it's just stuffed animals. I don't really remember that. I remember my brother buying Mel. They have all the characters from the movie too, so you can buy Snowball or anybody.
Okay.
Buddy, the dachshund with the generic name.
Yeah.
Buy him there.
I love the way that Buddy walks, because his front feet and his back feet are like independent of each other.
Yep. He's super cute.
I had wiener dogs growing up, so I'm kind of partial to them.
I'm going to go look at the...
You're going to go look at what?
Okay, so they're not playing, but it is some kind of modern, fun pop song. I can't place it, but it's not Celebration. Okay.
It's probably somebody we've never heard of because we're old people.
Yeah. That's one thing. A lot of songs, depending on the area, get repeated. So if you go through the Minion area, you're going to hear a lot of songs from that movie, like that Pharrell song, Happy. But I like that song, so it's all good. But you hear the Bartman and Simpson area, or at least you used to.
Yeah, okay. So, and I guess also there's live voiced animatronics outside the ride.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. That's what Wikipedia says. It says outside the building's exit, guests can chat with a live voiced animatronic of Snowball, similar to the meet and greet animatronic Donkey from Shrek.
There are places like that where you can just talk to the animatronics. There's like somebody somewhere who says stuff, or they're playing stuff.
Probably not Kevin Hart.
I don't know, unless it's a certain selection of responses that they could like hit.
That's true. Yeah. And he's small enough, you could just like stick him in a corner somewhere and no one would see him.
I don't remember talking to Snowball, but I think I do remember seeing it there. But there are some places like that where they have an animatronic or whatever, and it's actually responding to what people are saying. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Well, any final thoughts on Secret Life of Pets?
Secret Life of Pets is amazing. Yeah. It's truly, you just gotta treat yourself, and you gotta put the time into yourself. Allow yourself to get turned into a dog. Allow yourself to be treated special. Remember that you deserve love, and go on this ride.
Yeah, I do think this is from what I've been told, I think this is an underrated ride. I've had lots of people tell me that they love it, but it also is not like something that I think is at the top of a lot of people's list. I don't think that Secret Life of Pets was a commercial success to the point that people were like, "Oh yeah, we got to go on that ride. That looks awesome." And the fact that it's just kind of a dark ride. It's not, a roller coaster or anything thrilling, but it looks super fun.
Chill too. So even though there's a lot of things to look at and stuff, so you're certainly not bored, but you do get to sit down and relax. So this is a great one to do after you've done a big heavy ride, or you've been doing a lot of walking and you want to do something fun that's not requiring you to be on your feet.
Okay, I was wrong. It made $885 million. It was definitely a commercial success.
Well, there you go. I don't know how the second one did. I don't think the second one did as well. And so this is one, I won't be surprised if it doesn't have a lot of longevity at the park, because they're currently repurposing a lot of areas of the park. I think there are some things that we can expect to be there for a really long time, like the Harry Potter land. People come from all over just to experience that. But especially with them getting rid of Simpsons and such, and I don't think the second movie did super well. I don't think we're going to get a third movie. So it's not like Minions, where we're getting another Minions movie this year. So you can expect the Despicable Me aspects of the DreamWorks area of the park to be there for a really long time. But this one may not always be there. So it's certainly something, if you like the movie, or you just love animatronics, or you just love pets, that is worth checking out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when the next time I'm going to go to Universal is, but I feel like when I do, I'm definitely going to have to check this one out.
In your heart, what kind of dog do you think you would be?
Oh boy. I think I would just be like a mutt.
Yeah?
I'd be some kind of mix, like a lab shepherd or something.
Yeah. Like a shepherd, but mixed with one of those Toto dogs? I could see that.
For me or for you?
Yeah, for you. For you.
So like a shepherd, which is a big dog, mixed with a tiny little Scotty dog.
I feel like, not a Scotty dog, like a Cairn Terrier, but I feel like you would have to have a mix of like big dog and little dog energy, and definitely a lot of like fur on it. Well, I mean, you're already like kind of halfway there.
Yeah, I'm pretty furry. Not a furry.
No, but enough that I think there's a family out there that would adopt you if you were looking for one.
Oh, thanks. All right. Well, before we get out of here, why don't you tell people where they can follow you?
Gory B Movie on YouTube. Just type in Gory B Movie. You can find me just at Gory B Movie. I'm also on Twitter and Blue Sky and Instagram and all of the social places. And I live stream every Sunday and Wednesday over on my YouTube channel. So come check it out.
Are you still doing Strange and Unusual Book Club?
we're taking a break on it right now, but yes, I also have the podcast Strange and Unusual.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you, Gory, for being on. You're welcome back anytime. Maybe next time we can do something spooky for the Halloween season or something.
Ooh, I would love that.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Your attention, please. This episode of Wild Mouse has concluded. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite podcast player, and follow us on social media at Wild Mouse Podcast. Don't forget to visit the gift shop at wildmousepodcast.com. For exclusive bonus content, become a premium pass holder at patreon.com/wildmousepodcast. We hope you enjoyed your time and will visit us again soon. Thank you and good night.